Hello everyone, this is a very last minute video because I was hoping to do this video maybe more towards December, but I think that December is just too full. I don't think it would do very well in January, so here at the very tail end of November, I want to tier rank every major design that Optimus Prime has ever had. And just to be clear, I am not ranking these Optimus Primes as characters. I'm not ranking them based on vocal performance. I'm not ranking them based on their shows. I'm ranking them based on how I think this design looks and how it represents the character, and it is all my personal opinion. I already can tell you that some of my favorite designs are going to be designs you probably don't like. Some of my least favorite designs might be designs that you really enjoy. That doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong. It doesn't mean that you're right or wrong. It's just my personal opinion. If you want, I'm going to put the link to this list in the channel description, or in the video description, I should say. And I do want to point this out as well. I know that Comet and Cam does videos like this. I'm sure they've probably done Optimus Prime at this point. I've never seen it. I don't know how they personally rank these. I don't even know if they do a tier list like I'm using. But I do want to point that out because I know they're kind of famous for doing this ranking by design thing. And they were an inspiration. But it was also just there's so many different types of Optimus Prime designs out there. And I've been wanting to do this for a lot of characters. Like I'd like to do something similar with Thundercracker and Scrapper. But Optimus made sense to do first. Because he's had such strong design philosophy. Out of every character in Transformers, there's probably the least variation between Optimuses, and yet Optimus is also great at representing what the aesthetic of a show or era was. He is somehow both the most consistent and yet one of the most dynamic characters in Transformers, just because he's been in every single art style. And this is only going to be Optimus Primes. No Nemesis Prime, no Scourge, no Primal. It is only Optimus Prime and Orion packs that I'm looking at. And it's not every version of them. It's just the designs that I think are major or important or interesting. Now we are going to start out going over these categories. I have chosen one. That's going to be my favorite Optimus Prime designs. Now that's Prime. That's like the A rank, like the great Optimus Primes. It's the boy. Those are solid Optimus Primes that maybe are just kind of bouncing off me. That's rough is where I think it's a little bit more generic or boring. Not great would be these designs have one or two things that are really cool but just aren't working. Ready for the scrap heap are what I think are the most boring or the worst Optimus Prime designs. And we can start right here with a very recognizable Optimus Prime, his G1 design. So this is both the Sunbow look and the Marvel comic original design. And you might laugh at me. It's going right up to Chosen One. I still think, as a character, G1 Optimus is one of, if not the best Optimus Primes. And I think the design is also really strong. I think a lot of G1 designs are very clunky and bloated. I think G1 Optimus still looks really, really good. And that might be my love of the character showing through, but I would still hold this up as a great design for a robot in fiction. We're now getting to the Sunbow G1 Orion Pax look, and you've seen the many toys of Orion Pax. You know that I have a very high estimation of the importance of Orion Pax. I think he is a core character, a core ingredient to make an Optimus a great character. Even still, I'm not a massive fan of his design. I'm going to put it in It's the Boy, because I do like Orion, but he does have problems. He's a very goofy Floro-Deary-ass design, and, depending on the day, it's either okay or iffy. Now we get to Star Convoy. A lot of people love Star Convoy. It was the first time that Takara Tomy just did their own version of him, so it's important in that way. I just don't really connect with it. It's not how I picture Optimus. I think we've had much more radical redesigns that have looked a lot better than this. I'm going to put Star Convoy in not great, personally. Now, when I think radical redesigns that I think really did work, Laser Optimus is a great looking Optimus. The only problem with Laser Prime is that Scourge wears this mold so much better. Like, this is still one of the best Optimus Prime toys of all time, but when you see this mold, you always think of Scourge. So I think that does kind of affect it being an Optimus design. when it's more famous as a repaint. I'm going to put it at the top of It's the Boy for right now, because it is good. It's just, it's been cannibalized. And now we get to the only Beast era Optimus on this list. It is the Bat Primal Convo Bat, because if you don't know, Bat Primal was the only Optimus Primal toy that was actually sold with the mini-comic identifying him as the original G1 Optimus, so technically this is a G1 Optimus toy. I've always loved the look of Convo Bat. He is such a great, simple little toy. I love the colors. I love how it looks like Batman. He's going to be Now That's Prime. Is that my Beast era bias showing? Absolutely, but I do really enjoy that design, and it's one of the most unique designs we've ever had for Optimus Prime. That looks to be Action Master Optimus? Yeah, that's not Power Master Optimus. I know that I used a different picture for Power Master Optimus. That is Action Master Optimus, which is basically G1 cartoon, but bigger windshields and no ability to transform. This is how Optimus would have looked during Regeneration 1, and also how he would have looked at the very tail end of the Marvel comic. I'm not a big fan of it. It's too much just the Sunbow design, without really doing anything else that's different. And I don't think it looks quite as good proportions-wise. So he's going to be right here with Star Convoy and not great. He's going to be below Star Convoy. Classics Optimus. When I close my eyes and think of Optimus Prime, I think of Classics Optimus. And you're going to laugh at me. You're going to be real mad at me. Classics Optimus is actually going to be the very top of the list for right now. I still love Classics Optimus as a design. Obviously, it's because I love the toy so much, but on the page, it's such a great-looking, more heavy-duty, heavily armed Optimus Prime. He looks so much more powerful. He has a lot more guns, and yet he is still recognizably friendly G1 Optimus. And I can't think of many designs that look as powerful while still having that same heart as Classics Optimus was able to capture. Now, this is an out-of-left-field one. This is G1 Toy Design Optimus, because he has shown up in fiction as the toy, and it's always looks goofy, but I like it when it shows up because of how goofy it looks. Even still, it's going to go into That's Rough. It's funny, which is why it's not going to be, like, not great, but if Optimus Prime looked like this in a cartoon, I don't know how well Transformers would have done in the long run. We are now getting to the War Within Optimus design. This is the Dreamwave Cybertronian Optimus look. A lot of people love the War Within Optimus design. It doesn't really click for me. It doesn't look like him. It looks a little bit more like Alternity Optimus, which is also not a very Optimus. I think it's a bit too sleek. It's a bit too swoosh. I like Optimus being a little bit of a chunkster. I like the hard edges on Optimus. I still think it's a solid enough design. That's the thing, is like, if it was designed for an original character or a different Autobot, I think it would really work. I just don't think it's a good Optimus design. So I'm going to put it above Laser Prime, and It's the Boy. Now we got the Ghostbusters crossover Optimus. This is G1 Sunbow Optimus with Ghostbusters colors. Yeah. You might get real mad at me for putting it in ready for the scrap heap. I don't like these colors on Optimus. I don't think it looks good. It's cute if you really like Ghostbusters. It's a nice little crossover thing, but I think it's such a gaudy color scheme. Ectotron has the same colors and wears it better. I think the issue is they try to use the normal Optimus color placements. I think you need to do different color placements to make this specific deco work. I'm having a hard time recognizing what that is a picture of. That is the Hearts of Steel Optimus. Yeah, that's Train Optimus from the Hearts of Steel comic. It's cool. It's a steampunk Optimus. I think that it doesn't look anywhere near as cool as Hearts of Steel, Bumblebee, or Starscream, or Shockwave. And I think IDW did have better takes on Optimus over the years. It's going to go right here, and That's Rough. Because also, we never got a real good look at how that Optimus is supposed to be. This is the TFCC, I think it's of Monsters and Mayhem Optimus. It's an Optimus that is a remold of Thrilling 30 Swerve. It's supposed to be a double Pretender Optimus. This design exists just so that they could make a crappy repaint that really didn't have to exist, but screw it, you were losing the license, so let's try to get one more Optimus Prime out there. It's a very cynical design. It does look cute. It doesn't really look like Optimus. I'm sorry, I think my later day TFCC bias is showing through. I don't think it's a great Optimus design at all. So it's going to go right here and ready for the scrap heap. Speaking of, IDW 2.0 Optimus, which is the core robot of the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus. This is that Siege Cybertron Optimus, the inner robot. Right there, ready for the scrap heap. As a character, that Optimus is fine, but I never liked how it looked, and I hate that they stuck with that design for the entire comic and never gave him the Cybertron armor. Like, why base your Optimus off that toy if you're never going to give him the Galaxy Upgrade and make him look cool? He just looks bloated the entire time. He looks like SpongeBob if SpongeBob's Krusty Krab hat turned into Optimus Prime's head. Like, his proportions are just real wonky to me. This is Skybound Optimus. Skybound Optimus is basically just Sunbow, but with Megatron's fusion cannon. It's a real simple thing. It really is. It's not that big a change, but I think the art style carries it and the storytelling carries it. As just a design, it looks fine. In a vacuum, it doesn't look great, period. But knowing the context and knowing the relationship between Optimus and Megatron is what makes that design cool. So I think in a vacuum, and that's how I'm judging it, is based on a vacuum, it's going into It's the Boy. I'm going to put it underneath the War Within Optimus. Because again, storytelling-wise, this was awesome. And I still love this design because of the story behind it. But if you just showed someone a picture of that Optimus Prime with no context, they'd probably ask, why is his arm a different color? Why does he have a big tank cannon when he's a truck? Now, this one I put in just because I want to make fun of it. This is the Reinhardt Optimus Prime from Overwatch. Right there, bottom of ready for the scrap heap. Real talk, it being there makes me realize I was too harsh on this IDW Optimus. He's going to pop up to the bottom of not great. These three can stay and ready for the scrap heap. I hate that Reinhardt Optimus. And I hate Overwatch. So, works out pretty well for me. Next up is how Optimus Prime would have looked in the Optimus Prime comic book ongoing during the final few years of IDW 1.0. It was basically the Evergreen design with some extra greeblage. It was okay. I don't like the Evergreen design. I don't like a more complicated version of the Evergreen design either. So I think it's going to go right here, and that's rough. Next up is Stormbringer Optimus. This was early IDW. This is a more heavily armored Cybertronian version of Optimus. That Optimus is actually going to go right here, and now that's Prime. I love how powerful he looks while still looking very sleek and agile. Like, it looks like Nightwing with Batman's upper body. And I'm just enamored with how they managed to make that look so good in the Stormbringer comic. Next up is how Optimus looked throughout most of IDW. This is a design that I hear people talk about all the time and praise all the time. I don't have any love for it. The only thing to me that is iconic about this design is the shoulders. And when the most interesting thing about you is how your shoulders look, I don't think that speaks very well to you as a design. So I'm going to put him at the top of That's Rough. Now we are at the core robot of RID 2001 Optimus Prime. I really like this design. It is very much of the time. It's a very unique Optimus. I love how friendly he looks. I love how toyetic he looks. I would put this Optimus in Now That's Prime, the core of the 2001. As for his super mode, I've never really liked it. It bounces off me a lot, especially like trying to match orange and red. The colors are too similar. It's an okay looking super look, but I think out of all the super modes, this is one of my least favorite that Optimus has ever had. It's going to go underneath the G1 toy, and that's rough. And now we get to Splendid Convoy. You might laugh at me. I really like Splendid Convoy. I can't even explain to you what it is. I think it's just the yellow. And I don't even like yellow, but for whatever reason, yellow looks so good on that design that it makes it one of my absolute favorites. It's right up here with classics and G1 cartoon. Now we have Cybertronian Armada Optimus. We only saw him like this in flashbacks. It's decent. It's definitely a good base for an Optimus Prime. So this one, I would say it's the boy, because it's recognizable, looks good. I'll put it right in front of Laser Convoy. And now we get proper Armada base robot design. Right there. Above G1, but under classics. I love Armada Optimus's core robot so much. It is the best of all of the Takara Tomy driven designs of Optimus, I think. I love how armored he is while still having those iconic features like his yellow eyes. I just adore this Optimus. It's one of the best looks he's ever had, and it's so distinctive. As for his super mode, I really don't like Armada Optimus's super mode. It's almost ready for the scrap heap. I love his base robot so much, and the super mode I think looks really kind of gross. And I can't even tell you why, I've never liked it. We had the Superbot mode with Jetfire. It looks fine, I guess. It looks better than the normal one, so I'm going to put it above it. And then we get the Super mode with Jetfire and Overload, and that I actually do like. At that point, it's so heavily armored that it's kind of interesting. For that one, I'm going to put it underneath the RID 2001 Super mode. We are now at Bumblebee Movie Optimus. Bumblebee Movie Optimus is one, again, that a lot of people really praise, and a lot of people really like. He's a little bit too simple to me. It's just the G1 guy, again, but it's a little bit more complicated. It's still an okay design. It still looks really nice. So I'm going to put it... I'll put it under Skybound. Under Skybound. Now we have 2007 Protoform Optimus, which is how he appeared in a lot of the IDW prequel comics. I love that design. That's one of my favorite movie Optimus Prime toys. It's a great look. It's a unique look. It actually is similar to Convo Bat, now that I think about it. And because it's similar to Convo Bat, it's going to go very close to Convo Bat. I'm going to put it above RID 2001 base robot, but under Stormbringer Optimus. That makes sense to me. Now we got Bumblebee Movie... Rise the Beast Optimus. To me, this is Bumblebee Movie Optimus, but slightly worse. So that's how it's going to be ranked, is as Bumblebee Movie Optimus, but slightly worse underneath base robot Armada. Animated Optimus. I love Animated Optimus as a character. Animated Optimus as design is one of the less interesting animated designs. It's still really good, but it doesn't really stand out to me. So it's going to go to the very top of It's the Boy. Him with the Magnus Hammer and the wings, though, I think is a great upgrade to this look, and it makes him look a lot more in line with the more radical reinventions of animated. That one I'm going to put underneath Protoform Optimus. And then we get his Cybertronian look that invokes a lot more the Orion Pax appearance. It looks fine, but like all the animated Cybertronian modes, it looks almost identical to their Earth modes. So I'm going to put it underneath IDW 1.0 Optimus, and that's rough, because it's too similar to me. It really is. Original Shattered Glass Optimus, which is the Classics Optimus Prime design with the Shattered Glass colors, and is the face of the Shattered Glass franchise. It is a great design. It's an amazing design. It's going to second to the top, and now that's Prime. It's right under Convo Bat for me. It is a wonderful looking Optimus. As for his other forms, we have Nova Prime, which is how he looked at the very end of the Shattered Glass story. This doesn't look like anything to me. I understand that like they were just trying to fit it in with the toys they were offering that year. It's a decent look, but it doesn't look like Shattered Glass Optimus or Optimus in any way to me. I'm going to put it underneath the Super Robot and Not Great. And then we get the IDW Shattered Glass Optimus, which is G1 Optimus with the Shattered Glass colors. I've never liked G1 Optimus with the Shattered Glass colors. I think it looks so bad. I think you need to use a more angry-looking Optimus, and G1 Optimus just doesn't have that energy you need for Shattered Glass. It is going to go to the top of Ready for the Scrap Heap. And then you get Laser Optimus in the Shattered Glass colors. This is better. It's still not as great as the Classics design, but it's still solid enough. So it's going to go right underneath G1 Toy, and that's rough. Next up, we have Alternity Optimus, which I think is just way too puffy. It looks so weird to me. I don't like just how massive his limbs are and how tiny his torso is. I think he's going to go above Reinhardt. He's one of my least favorite Optimus designs. Okay, controversy might be incoming because that is Prime Optimus. And every time I talk about Prime Optimus, I always talk about how much I dislike the character and people get mad at me. And I'm sure you're thinking right now, Rambon to John, what low rank are you going to give Prime Optimus? Ready for the scrap heap, right? Not great, right? Just because I don't like how they wrote him doesn't mean I don't appreciate things about Prime Optimus. I think Prime Optimus is the best design Optimus has ever had. It is the perfect marriage of movie and G1. If the writing were better, this could have been the greatest Optimus character of all time. But the design, I think, is the greatest Optimus design of all time already. It is one of the best looks the character has ever had. I put it above Armada, G1, and Classics, my 3 favorite Optimus looks, because I do stand by Prime Optimus is the best look that Optimus has ever had. I adore Prime Optimus as a design. He is able to be sleek while powerful. He is able to have so much of the iconic detail while still being unique in his own right. It is a perfect reinvention of Optimus Prime, and it has yet to be topped, in my opinion. That said, that next one is the 13th that we saw in the Covenant of Primus. It's not really a design. It's more just a silhouette. But I don't like the Prime designs in the Covenant of Primus. They all look like knives with legs to me. I'm going to put this one at the bottom of not great. That might not be fair because we don't even know properly what the 13th looks like or if the 13th is Optimus, but I just don't enjoy it. And then you get Orion Pax from Prime, which we did see in some flashbacks. I don't like this Orion Pax design at all. He is so kind of chunky and stubby. It's going to go above the 13th and not so great. Rescue Bots Optimus is so cute and matches the art style of Rescue Bots so perfectly, and I like him a lot. Even still, the Rescue Bots art style isn't like the most in-depth, so I can't give him a super high position. I'm going to put him right underneath Animated Optimus, and it's the boy. Next up, we have from Transformers Adventure, the Optimus Prime that turns into a bullet train, which is a really sleek-looking Optimus. He looks like a bullet in just his general proportions. He looks so swish. But he also has a huge backpack, and it's kind of hard to figure out where his limbs begin and end. He has a lot of clashing styles in his body, I think. So he's going to be at the very tail end of That's Rough. Next up is RID 15 Optimus, how he appeared in Season 1, which to me is one of the best Optimus designs. I love how slick he looks. I love how just more anime-esque he appears. It looks like the marriage between Prime and Animated. I'm going to put that design in between Prime and Animated. I'm going to put it right under Stormbringer Optimus from IDW. Doop. And then we get how Optimus looked throughout the rest of Robots in Disguise 15 with the big bulky body. And I've never liked this design. It feels like they had an amazing modern Optimus, and they kind of ruined it with this guy. I'm going to put him in not great. I have a hard time with Optimus Primes that are too bulky. I think that he does need to still have some degree of slenderness to him. Because if you make him too physically imposing, I think you lose a little bit of the fragility of Optimus, which is so important to his character. Next up is the Rescue Bots Academy Optimus. Look at how they massacred my boy. He went from looking so cute to looking like this. It's the Evergreen design that's been put through the Rescue Bots Academy filter, and it looks the part. It's a real gross look. This is an Optimus Prime that looks like he'd have acne if he were organic. I'm going to put it below IDW 1.0 Optimus, and that's rough. So, we got War for Cybertron Optimus, the original game Optimus. I still really like the War for Cybertron Optimus design. It's one of the few Cybertron designs that I think have really aged well once we're out the 360 era. So many of those designs are so of their time, but this is a kind of timeless Optimus look. And for that, I'm going to put him right... I'm going to put him above Stormbringer Optimus. I think he is a very solid Optimus look. I don't know if I mentioned this. There's 75 Optimus Prime designs. We're getting closer to the end, but we still have a lot to go. Shatterglass Animated Optimus. This is real dumb to me. You got a little bit of Motormaster's facial hair. It feels like everything about this design, we've been there, done that. Because at this point, we'd already had Nemesis. We'd already had Motormaster. It's just nothing. Nothing to me. I'm going to put it in not great. Above Aligned Orion. This is Red from Angry Birds. He's cute. He's fine. I'm going to put him above Hearts of Steel Optimus, and that's rough. Next up, we have the Knights of Unicron Optimus, which was just, a silly gimmick thing for San Diego Comic-Con. It's a shame because some of the characters in that box set had radical new paint jobs. Like Jazz looked amazing. Optimus really just had the wig, and it's cute. I think it's going to go right above Cybertron Animated Optimus, because it's a really funny design, but it's not super great. Next up, we have Cyberverse Optimus, which is basically Evergreen Optimus. And even though I like Cyberverse, this design in a vacuum does nothing for me. So I'm just going to put it... It's not bad. It's the boy. So I'm going to put it above... No, I'm going to put it below G1 Orion Pax. It's the very tail end of It's the Boy. And now we get to the proper Evergreen design. I hate this design so much. He looks so bloated around the midsection. He looks a bit puffy. I don't like how his hips look. There's a lot of tiny things about this where it's like, it's obviously supposed to be G1 Optimus, but they've tweaked it, so it's like, how do you look uncanny like that? You are both familiar and wrong all at the same time. Like a lot of the Evergreen designs, it's like you didn't change enough, and in a weird way, that makes it more different. So I'm going to put it at the... Where am I putting you? I'm going to put you under Nova, right there. And not great. Our next design is Earthspark Optimus. And I love Earthspark Optimus as a character. I love Earthspark as a cartoon. I don't like Earthspark Optimus as design. I don't know what it is, but there's something about him that's just a bit too slender and narrow, especially with his nose and mouth. I'm going to put him at the top of That's Rough. And then Earthspark Orion Pax, we only ever saw that in flashbacks, but we still got to look at the design. And I think it is actually the best looking Orion Pax we've ever had. They kind of took that Floro Deary original and smoothed it out a little bit. So I'm actually going to put him under Rise of the Beast Optimus. He's a solid looking Orion Pax. I wish we saw more of that one. We now have Transformers 1. This is the cogless design, I believe. Yeah, this is the minor design. And I like the minor Orion Pax. I think that's the best he looked throughout the movie. That said, I think Orion Pax and Optimus in Transformers 1 didn't have the best design. So I think he's going to go above Red, and That's Rough. That's where Orion Pax is going to live. And then we have the cogged Orion Pax design, which also looks really rough. I think he's going to go like right underneath cogless Orion for me. And then we get Transformers 1 Optimus. And I actually think he's going to go... No, he's fine, so it's not great. He's going to go to the bottom of That's Rough. Wild King Optimus is very similar to Classics Optimus to me, in that he's blocky and looks a little bit more angry. I like the yellow of his windshields. They've not changed a lot, but the things they've changed have made him a more interesting Optimus to me. So I think he's going to go in That's Rough. He's going to go towards the top of That's Rough. Next up, we have... What is this? Oh, it's Cyber World Optimus, which is basically just Classics Optimus. I really like the design of Cyberworld Optimus. It's real simple, and I'm an idiot. Don't get me wrong, I am an idiot, and I'm blinded by nostalgia. But he's going to go to the top of That's Rough. He's not a perfect design, but I do enjoy him a lot as a design, mostly because he calls back to classics. Follow Cybertron Optimus, which looks okay, looks decent. I hated how much of a glow down he had from War for Cybertron. I think War for Cybertron is just a much better design. But Follow Cybertron is still a solid one. I think he's going to go to the bottom of Now That's Prime. He's a little bit more what I'm talking about, where it's like, after a while, the Cybertron designs were kind of dated. He definitely feels like he's more from the 360 era, but he is still a solid enough look. It looks like we have a repeated one. This is the Cybertronian Armada Optimus again, so I'm not going to put him out. We have the core robot of Splendid Prime, and I actually don't like it as much as the core robot of RID-01 Optimus. Even though I like her super robot form more, I don't like her core robot mode as much. So I think she's going to go... She's going to go right here, underneath Toy Optimus, and That's Rough. Now we get 2007 Movie Optimus. 2007 Movie Optimus is a really good design. As much as I don't like the Bayverse designs, I really like 2007 Movie Optimus. It is the most Superman Optimus has ever been in proportions, and I think it looks really nice. It's a great look. It was a great character design. It was a great modernization. It's not quite top tier for me, but I do stand by. I think that original 07 Optimus design is my favorite out of all the Movie Optimus Primes. Now we got to Power Master Optimus. Again, people really love Power Master Optimus. I've never really seen it. I think he's just a bit too much for me. He's very similar to Star Convoy, which is probably why he's going to go right there next to Star Convoy, and not great for me personally. Now we got Alternity Optimus. Again, too sleek, not enough of the edges I like out of Optimus Prime. He's going to be not great and go right here under Nova. We have Alternators Optimus, which is also pretty goddamn rough. I'm going to put him right here, above Aligned Orion packs. It seems like I've repeated a couple designs because I see another Follow Cybertron Optimus, so I'm going to skip that. This is from one of the G.I. Joe crossovers where Optimus turned to a Hiss tank. Very similar to Alternity. I don't like how puffy this Optimus is. I think he's going to go above Alternity. He's going to go to the top of Ready for the Scrap Heap, actually. I do like it more than any of these, but it's not great. Now we have the Cybertron Optimus Super Mode. The best Super Mode Optimus has ever had, in my opinion. It is still a great look. I love his wings. I love the head design. I love the overall appearance of the Super Mode. And it's going to go at the very tail end of Chosen One. Energon Optimus. Core robot Energon Optimus with none of the limbs. I think for a main cartoon Optimus design, this is the worst one we ever had. He's going to go underneath Hiss Tank Optimus and Ready for the Scrap Heap. His Super Mode is better, but not much better. The Super Mode's going to go to the top of Ready for the Scrap Heap. I just don't like the Energon Optimus design. Now, all the issues I could have with an Optimus, the idea of being too scrawny and too bloated, somehow both of those things happen with this design. His torso's too bloated and his limbs too scrawny. It's insane. We now have the core robot of Cybertron Optimus, which is fine. It's nowhere near as cool as the proper Super Mode. Core robot of Cybertron Optimus is going to go underneath Cyberworld Optimus, and That's Rough. And now we get Prime Beast Hunters Optimus. This is the mode he had in the 3rd season. Looks great as an action figure. As a big dumb gimmick toy, this is an awesome look for Optimus. In animation, it looks real rough, and I've never liked it. I think he's going to go to the top of not great. It just, I miss a lot of the humanity of Optimus when you make him look like friggin' Robo Schwarzenegger over there. Now we have IDW 1.0 Orion packs. This is Super Cop Orion packs. I hate that character, but the design is really solid. And I'm actually going to put it right above Convo Bet. I think that is my favorite of all the appearances that Orion packs or Optimus had in IDW. We have Orion packs from the Thrilling 30 era, the Spotlight Orion packs from IDW. It's solid enough. It looks like the Sunbow Orion, but kind of made a little bit more super heroic. It doesn't look quite as good as Sunbow Orion to me, so I'm going to put him below Core Robot Cybertron Optimus. Age of Extinction Night Optimus. A great design, awesome design. I don't think it's great for Optimus. I think it's great for a Cybertronian to look. I think it's an awesome robot appearance. It's not great for him. So that's why I'm going to say he's going to be the top of That's Rough. General Optimus Prime from Transformers Collectors Club. This was a repaint of the Thrilling 30 Roadbuster. It was put out just to sell a toy, and it wasn't that great a toy. It's going to go... I think it's going to go underneath Reinhardt, because at least the Reinhardt at least still looks like Optimus. If I didn't tell you that General Optimus was Optimus Prime, I don't think you'd be able to tell, because it doesn't look like him in any way, shape, or form. And now we have another G.I. Joe Cybertronian Optimus. This one really reminds me of Reactivate Bumblebee in terms of how the chest comes together. It's fine. It's nothing great, but it's nothing terrible. So I'm going to put it at the I'm going to put it above Alternator's Optimus and not great. And now, for the final hot take of the video, this is from another G.I. Joe crossover. This Optimus Prime turns into an old school semi-truck, and I love his more boxy design. He is built like a brick shithouse, and you might laugh at me. He's going to go in Now That's Prime. He's going to go above Shattered Glass. That is the single Optimus design that if I could get one Optimus design that's never had a toy, that's the one I want. Because I think it's such a cool look. It's very similar to the Volvo Prime from a few years ago. But just a little bit more to my liking, because I enjoy the idea of Optimus having an older truck as the vehicle mode. And that is all of the Optimus Primes. Jesus Christ, this is a 40-minute video. It went a lot longer than I thought it would. Admittedly, I thought I could knock out 75 Optimus Primes. Not so much. Not so much. But just to go over the highlights, my favorite Optimus Prime designs of all time are Prime Optimus, Classics Optimus, Armada Optimus, G1 Sunbow Optimus, Splendid Optimus, and then the super form of Cybertron Optimus. My least favorite of all time are the Energon Super Mode, the Hiss Tank Optimus, the Energon Core Robot of Optimus, the Shatterglass G1 Optimus from IDW, the Ghostbusters Optimus, the TFCC Swerve Optimus, Alternity Optimus, Reinhardt Optimus, and then the worst Optimus Prime design of all time, in my opinion, is General Optimus Prime from the Transformers Collectors Club. The spectrum of Optimus Prime is amazing and incredible. And you go through all these designs back to back, you do realize there has been a ton of variety in Optimus Primes. In color, in shape, in function, in silhouette, in armor, in weapons. Optimus has changed a lot more than I think a lot of people would give him credit, and yet it is almost always recognizably Optimus. And I think that's the cool thing about a character like Optimus, is that even though G1 can get really repetitive, Optimus isn't locked into G1 necessarily. He still carries a lot of design aspects from a lot of the previous versions of him, more so than basically any of the other core cast, I think. You still find features that were more from Unicron Trilogy, or more from Animated, or more from Prime, or more from the movies in a modern Optimus Prime toy. And it's cool to go back and just check out all these designs, see which ones I really enjoy, which ones I really found some type of, what's what I'm looking for, simpatico with, I guess, and the ones that just don't resonate with me at all. That is this list. I'll be honest, it didn't go anywhere near as quick as I thought it would. I'm going to try to get this done by the 30th, because that was the plan. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. We might do this again someday. No guarantees. This was just a thing that I had in the back of my head and wanted to try to do before we get to the new year. So now we have. and we can see how it plays out from here. But we'll have to see what we get up to next time.